Hi and good day, doctor. This is group 12, and we're going to be talking about normal tumor immune unhealthy diet model. So, cancer is a public health disease that causes an increased global mortality level. Immune systems usually prevent the body from developing cancer, and so an unhealthy diet can damage the immune system's capability to interact with abnormal cells. So, understanding the dynamics of progressive tumor cells contributes to introducing important health advice and reducing the rates of cancer. So, figure one is a suggestion of biological scenario of progressive cancer that is related to normal tumor um, unhealthy diet model. And human tissue cell population is divided into a particular time gap. So, as we know, immune system helps in the preventing of the proliferation of cancerous cells. And so, this model is comprised of three main population of normal cells, tumor cells, and immune cells. And this model aims to visually demonstrate the concentrations of these three populations.
We now move on to the model settings for the unhealthy diet model. In this model, we have three equations, three non-linear ODE that determines the dynamic interaction between the cells, the normal cells, the tumor cells, and the immune cells. For the first equation, which is dn dt, is to distinguish the normal cells interaction. So it has parameters r, beta 1, n, and y. So each parameter is distinguished by it has its own functions. So for example, R is for the concentration of fully developed normal cells, beta 1 is for rate of normal cell transformation, etc. Whereas for equation 2 is for tumor cells. So D is delineated as dt over dt, capital T. So and the parameters are alpha 1, alpha 2, beta 2, and alpha 3, where such as restricted growth of tumor cells, decrease in tumor cell due to internal tumor dietary metabolism, etc. Whereas for equation 3, it is for the dynamic interaction for immune cells, distinguished by di over dt. It has parameters sigma gamma, rho m u, rho 1 m1 and u1. So the following parameters distinguish how the cell interacts based on each parameter, and the parameter values are listed below. We then proceed into MATLAB, where we define the equation. So we define each parameter as was stated in the model settings, and we also retype the equations using the MATLAB language. As you can see for the XDT1, the XDT2, the XDT3, which is the equations for the normal cells, the tumor cells, and the immune cells. After defining the equation in the folder for tc prime.m, we then need to plot the equation to produce the graph. So we code to obtain the graph first by having the time span, and then we have the initial boundary conditions as in XO for normal, tumor, and immune cells. And then we ask we code in the function to solve the ODE using ODE 15S, and then we plot the resulting graph for in comparison to x for time, which is in days, and also the y label for the cell concentration. So for the three and then we have the legend for the three equations, which is for normal, tumor, and immune cell concentrations. And this is the graph resulting from the coding of the two files. So as you can see from the we have the x-axis for the time, which is in days, and the y-axis for the cell concentration. And so we focus first on the normal cell line, which is the blue line. The cell growth from the first day, it starts and then it slowly decreases until it reaches reaches a steady state. Whereas for if we look at the tumor and the immune cells, we can see that on the first day, when the growth of the tumor cells increases, the immune cells decreases because it is attacked or suppressed by the tumor cells. As soon as the tumor cells reach a peak, the it triggers the body to synthesize more immune cells to counter the tumor cells. However, as you can see, the immune cells are able to decrease the tumor cell concentration, but then it reaches a steady state above the tumor cells, which is still present and is unable to fully suppress the tumor cells. So what can we obtain from this model? First, what we observe is that the swift proliferation of tumor cells, it hampers the normal cell growth. This is because the parameters that govern the rapid tumor growth, which is beta 2, is set at 1.189, which is basically a positive increase, whereby the inhibition of tumor cells, the GY, is set at 0.9314. This enables the tumor cells to inhibit the normal cell growth. As you can see, when the tumor cells increase, the normal cells, it went from growing, it decreases to zero and goes to a steady state. And so only tumor cells exist. And in the early stage dynamics, as you can see from the previous slide, the immune cell suppression originates from the rapid tumor cell growth. So when the tumor increases to its peak in the initial days, the immune cells decreases as it's being attacked by the tumor cells. The initial weakening of the immune system until the tumor cells peak, whereby the body is signaled to produce more immune cells to counteract the tumor. However, the tumor cells decrease and then goes at a steady state. Same goes for the immune cells. However, in this case, the suppression of the immune cells is greater than the suppression of abnormal or tumor cells due to the unhealthy diet. That's why it's called the unhealthy diet model. So how does this affect the suppression rates? So if the tumor cells is being suppressed, the immune system and internal factors will impede the tumor cell growth. It will fight it and get rid of it. However, if the immune cells are being suppressed, the tumor cells can mutate and overtake the immune cells and mutate aggressively and become cancer cells. So the influence on the immune system, whereby the immune system response is influenced by parameters which is rho 1 and M1, which is set at 0.7829 and 0.8621, 20, of which it is a negative response. The tumor and immune cell behaviors governed by alpha 3, which is the suppression rate of tumor cells by immune, and also U1, which is the suppression rate of immune cells. So this influences on which concentration will increase first and will affect the suppression rate of the other. Henceforth, in this case, the immune system decline facilitates the abnormal cell progression to tumor. Hence, the tumor cells are allowed to proliferate and turn into cancer cells. And so this is the overview of the normal tumor immune unhealthy diet model. So first and foremost, it utilizes mathematical and computer science methodologies for cancer development and understanding. It enables us to understand that this model is governed by non-linear ODE, ordinary differential equations, which interact dynamically. And so it provides us with analytical and numerical data. It also focuses on the impact of a compromised immune system on cancer progression due to the unhealthy diet. It establishes a clear connection between mathematical and biological mechanisms. Henceforth, we are able to model biological mechanisms in software such as MATLAB. And the instability in responding to abnormal cells promote their development within tissues, hence initiating cancer. Abnormal and tumor cells stimulate the immune system for new cell generation. However, because of the immune system, unhealthy immune system, it is unable to suppress the tumor cells. There is a further risk, however, whereby the immune cell may not recognize the tumor cells as foreign entities, hence it does not counteract the tumor cells. And that is all from Group 12. Thank you.